it was, say, a month ago when we were having a lot of funky internet issues. Oops, I don't even need to do that. Okay. We are live now, but I don't even need to be over here. Why is that titled that? Oh, geez, that's incorrect. Okay. Do you guys see me in the bottom right corner? Yeah, in the Zoom you do, but in the broadcast that it's pushing out, it has me on a white background. Why does it do that? Weird. We'll get that fixed eventually. Okay, let's take a look at what's hot this morning. Just the biggest names first. Up 30% ETNB. '89 Bio is up 31% on, looks like, earnings. Yes, earnings. Yeah, that's not set up well. We will skip that one. Acro. Acro also up on earnings. Continuation, I believe. Okay. No, that's earnings. Up on earnings, spiked on earnings to 58. Wow. From 28. 58. That's way the F up there. Acero Therapeutics. Yeah, but I do not like this. Yeah. Stay away from that one as well. Next on the list, almost a billion. BBAI. Steve, good morning. Who is Zoom user? Who are you? Zoom user joined. State your name or we have to ban you. BBAI. 346 to 4. And that's not on earnings, but earnings is coming up. That's just on AI excitement. Austin, hello. Are you new to the group? Welcome. So what I'm going to do is yes, hey, welcome in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rename your nickname or whatever here to Austin. Nice to meet you. There you go. All right, so we're going over what could be hot this morning, and mostly from the perspective of attempting to get into swing trades. Uh, and I don't advocate any beginner's day trade. That takes time, and you have to practice with paper accounts. But some of these sometimes are day trade opportunities as well, and I might mention day trade opportunities. That doesn't mean you should do it. Just remember that when I say it's a day trade opportunity, it is true. It doesn't mean you should do it. I am right, but you'd be wrong to do it. No, you have to have a high frequency trading account of $30,000 or above with, you know, extremely high frequency trading account set up with Dash Trader, etc., in order to really take that. And I mentioned that, and some people want to do a little day trade scalperinos, scalping here and there. Those opportunities do exist. Hey, you can do whatever you want, but I don't recommend that. Okay, SMCI. This was an entry on Friday that I alerted at 900. It is at 1,044 this morning on the news that it will be listed on the S&P 500. It is being listed on the S&P 500. Let me see what the exact news on that is as far as when that's going to happen. Let's see. Surge towards records on S&P 500 entrance. Data server provider Super Micro Computer will join the S&P 500 later this month, replacing Whirlpool. Wow. And Zions Bank Corporation. SMCI shot up 12%. No, it's now up even more than that, 16%. So, actually, it went as high as 1057, so even higher than that. So anyway, we're in SMCI. Who's in SMCI with me? I just put that alert out on Friday, and I'm absolutely in. I mean, this is one of the hottest stocks of last year, and now this year. You know, I can't believe anybody who didn't get the SMCI alert. This stock is up 329% in 71 days. All right, Kim's in. Good job. So I'm in that, and I'm in a PCS, so I might be at an accelerated gain. I'm already at 28% max gain on my PCS. That's put credit spread for you new guys. And today with this huge jump, it might hit somewhere in the 75% accelerated gain max profit region in just 2 days, maybe more. So I would probably just close that out, take that profit, and maybe open up a different one in order to continue to reap the harvest, or wait for a pullback. Really, probably just reallocate those funds. All right, so SMCI super duper. Way to go, Kim. Did you get PCS or shares? Dwack. Dwack. Okay, right. Good job. PCS. Dwack is just kind of dead cat reclaiming. It's not really dead. No, I shouldn't say that. But it did sort of really put you to the test. And it could create an entry tomorrow. It really needs to get over this particular candle. Here, let me try to get that a little more visible. Dwack, we've got 11 minutes before the open, by the way. Dwack needs to get up over this top of this red candle right here that moved down in order to be fully reclaimed. And that'd be 46. Let me put an alert on that. So we know when that happens. Add alert. Crossing that line. There we go. And that's how you do it. That's how you stay on top of these opportunities. SMCI. Okay, next big cap. By the way, SMCI, a $51 billion company now. Up obviously 4x from where it was, like 12 billion earlier this year. What is that? Coin? Okay. What do we think? Dwack. Dwack is $1.5 billion company right now. MSTR is up more this morning. We are in MSTR. Boy, is it up. Wow, what a move. I guess because of Bitcoin keeps moving. MSTR is up 10% this morning. Wow, outstanding. We're in that one. And AAOI. No, AADI. Never mind. Next one down is Coin, obviously. So I guess a lot of these Bitcoin stocks, ETFs, are up this morning. I'm also in Riot. Let's see what it did, but it's been kind of the laggard. And then you have, what's the other one? Mara. Mara looking kind of laggy too. MSTR, wow, it's just flying. I mean, it's so pure Bitcoin. I guess it's really moving. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, by the way. Get a sense for what we're looking at here. All right, well, all-time high on Bitcoin is 69,000. We're at 65,100. This is a high type, a double breakout on a high type flag move. Just even this one, triple. So, moved up 14% here and then pulled back pretty tight, 25% pullback. Moved up 25% here and then a slight pullback, only up 4%. It's just high tight flag. So it's two high tight flag breakouts. Just put in the high tight flag last week. after another 25% gain, and now it's breaking out again. Uh, uh, let's just see where a 25% gain projects from here. But you never know. These things continue like this. 25% would be roughly 75,000. You froze on your analytical bit of Bitcoin. Can you report? I mean, I'm still talking about it. Three high tight flag breakouts and it's still going. Just looking good on Bitcoin. We're already in a couple of Bitcoin related stocks, and that's a good thing, a good place to be. By the way, JetBlue merger is off. I guess they were going to merge with somebody, and the news is JetBlue merger is off, and they are up a little bit on the news. JetBlue. Also behind coin is CLSK. That's another one that we're in, and Bitcoin related. All right, it's doing good this morning. So MSTR, the best one on Bitcoin these days. And that's the one you can target. All right, those are the ones that we're looking at pre-market. If there's something else that I missed, please let me know. Just type the ticker. I'm looking right now to see AIMD, see if there's anything else. No. And let's take a look at the market. We got 6 minutes left. Let's take a look at the market and how it's positioned. Yeah, I mean, the market runs for a couple of days. When it breaks 2 or 3, anything beyond that is a gift. So it broke on Friday, and now maybe we'll get some continuation. If it's going to be a really strong push, like you can see here, if it's going to be really strong, then it gaps. No, I heard you, Mike. Yeah. Uh, then it gaps. And so if it's going to, go on a major run, it should be gapping. And that's not what's happening this morning. We're starting at Friday's close. And in pre-market, I can see that it's under pressure, to move. So I I'm not sure if it's going to go ahead and blast out right off of the open. Um, but if it does, I'd be highly skeptical. We're already in positions, you already want to have, be allocated during runs. So you want to get allocated right before these runs start, right before the break happens, or right when the break happens on cheat entries. And that's what we've done. Now, you're looking to reap the harvest over the next few days, and then it probably will go into a consolidation. Now, if it does pull back this morning, or even after a push and pulls back and then stays that way all day, just not rallying, it may rally at the end of the day. Remember, in bull markets, days usually are met with end of day strength. There's all day strength, which I believe we had roughly on Friday, which is about 1 in 20. You get about that once a month. 1 in 20 days is all day strength. And then in bull markets, there's end of day strength. And then of course you have, beginning of the day strength, and you have week measurements as well. Week, W-E-E-K, not W-E-A-K. W-E-E-K, you have weekly measurements you want to pay attention to as well. But so we'll see how it goes. We've got 4 minutes till the market opens. We'll find out soon enough. So the opportunities to go for this morning, would have been any ER plays like ETNB or Acro, but both of those just are not positioned super well. Even if they work out, you don't want to subject your money to the risk on them because they're jumping up into congestion areas. It's not a blue sky enough, and they haven't jumped over pivots. It's not pivot breaks. So you want your catalysts, you want your ERs to break over pivots. You want pivot breaking catalysts. That's the most incredible on high relative volume. Mike keeps coming in and out. He's trying to, I don't know. Am I skippy, you guys? Am I very skippy? Can anyone else concur with Mike? No. Randy says no. So, Mike, I think it's just you. All right. You're the only one skippy. I mean, I like I said, I'm live streaming out, so I might be skippy. But yeah, we'll see. All right, let's get the 4 up display here on at least the market. And we'll know on these lists here, these 3 lists, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing. These 3 lists right here, we'll know from the open, we'll start to get a sense of how many hot growth stocks are moving green off of the open, are making moves, versus how many are pulling back off the open, versus, and they'll be gray, how many are unchanged off the open. So we'll get kind of a metering on the day as the minutes progress. And once that first minute is up, 60 seconds, we'll have an idea of what we might want to grab a tiger by the tail, see if there's anything we want to grab. So we'll know in just a few seconds here, in 1 minute and 45 seconds, what stocks could be moving off of the open strongly, and we'll pull them up and we'll check them out. Now, my system can get kind of slow and glitchy once the open happens, because I guess the world's internet just goes crazy. Oh, that's good, Michael and Carl. Okay, good. So, and I'll be managing some positions probably and trying to get in something, so the first couple minutes here will be a little hectic, and you're welcome to stay on top of your own opportunities on your side as well, using the techniques that you've learned from me over the months or years. Don't wait for me. I'm just the sergeant. You soldiers got to do your own fighting. I get you there. And I train you. And I motivate you. But you guys are the ones that are packing. You got to do the actual work for yourself. And it'll be interesting to see how everything starts playing out here at the Open. Start of a new week. I remember last week I said March 1st is the seasonal top during election years, so it could be all shitty from here on out until November. We could see a lot of chop and a lot of disappointment. All the more merry for setting up put credit spreads instead of getting into riskier, choppity shares positions, shares-based positions. All right, 5 seconds to the open. All right, and the market is open. Okay, it's a little bit green right after the open and now somewhat red. Okay, the market a little bit red off of the open. Roblox starting to stand out, starting to move strongly from the open. Roblox. Let's go take a quick look at that. No, it's not really a notable move yet. That would have been a cheat entry on Friday. I'm not in love with it, but it is a cheat entry on Friday, and we're right here at the same level. So if you're interested in Roblox, you have a thesis on Roblox that's bullish, this is an entry on Roblox for people who want to be in it. Okay, I don't necessarily know I want to be in it. It is a 3.6% ADR, and it does have a lot of upside from here. I don't know, maybe I might get in it, maybe. But anyway, Roblox performing well off the open. So is Net. No, no, I don't know. I'm not really seeing that move that it's showing on my screener here on these. I'm gonna go check out MSTR to see if I need to lift my call credit spread on that. Yeah, I think I do. I put a call credit spread in that on Friday. I'm gonna want out of that, I'm pretty sure. Put call, there it is. Oh, I only have one call credit spread. Is that correct? Oh, well, that's good. And I can sell it for 4, and I got in for 72.20, 74.80 for 280. So I'm just down 160 bucks on that, but I'm up on the other side. Decisions. Yeah, I think I will let it go. I'll try to get a cheaper price for it. No, it's already at 413. All right, I'm cutting it. And I'm not even getting filled, so I'm gonna have to trace. I'm gonna have to chase. But I do want out of the calls on the Bitcoin related. Oh, there's a little pullback. I'll probably get filled on this pullback. Yeah? Come on, a little more pullback. Okay. Anyway, app. Let's take a look at app. App is flying. Okay, we were in app position. Who else is in app with me? App looking good. Off of the open, FN. This looks pretty strong, except it's been running, so that's not an entry. COHR. I'm just going to look at these on the... What program do I use to list the stocks behind my image? Behind me, like down here? This is Thinkorswim. These are Thinkorswim watch lists, window pop-outs, watch lists. Now, these are, tons of different watch lists. They are taxing on the program and on the system, so, if it were up to me, I'd have a shitload more. But these are a limited number of hot lists, basically screens, that I watch. All right, the market's pulling back a little bit. Oh, all right, cancel that call. Closure on MSTR because I think the market is pulling back off of the open. Let's look at the S&P 500. Okay, S&P 500 is actually doing okay, but that's value, a lot of value baked into S&P 500. We're more curious to see how the Qs go. In about 10 minutes or slightly left, we'll know more about the direction today and for the week based on taking a look at all the sectors and how all the sectors are acting and behaving this first 10 minutes of the open, putting it all together. If anybody has any stocks you'd like me to look at, let me know. I'm looking at this stuff here. Yeah, I still probably do want to close that MSTR call if it's not going to go red right here. Wow, okay. Oh, good. I got out of that call. It cost me something. I took an L, but I'm in the puts, and the puts over the next week are going to be insane. So we're good there. Close that. Open up a call on MSTR, bad idea. Open up a call on anything so bullish is always a bad idea. Open up call credit spread, I should say. That's a bearish position for those of you who are unfamiliar. All right, and this was, I want to turn this very opaque, meaning I've sold it. Okay, there we go. See, I'm already making a return on MSTR as we speak. All right, that was a good decision. Now, looking at others off of the open, yeah, MSTR is the number one. MSTR is the number one stock moving right now. We're at 66,600 on Bitcoin, and that's affecting, MSTR, Riot, Mara, BitF, Bito. You guys can name it to each other even. Any other Bitcoin related stocks that you guys love or ETFs. Boy, amazing how poorly Riot is doing. Cell H, it looks like it's continuing. And the ER move catalyst, A couple days ago. Huge. And it probably creates a never look back trade at 64. But it's at 85. I don't even think that's 20 delta. Let's go take a look. I don't think so. Let's see here. Because I'll take a put credit spread on it if it offers me the right, return on capital. The 20 delta is like 70. Yeah, I could probably take that 70. It's pushing the luck a little bit, but let's see if it even pays right. See, the spreads on it are kind of. Let's see if it pays right. And the 70 is about a 17 delta. What does it pay? 57 out of 256, 276. Gotta do the math here. 21% return. Well, not bad. Liquidity, it's not terrible. So yeah, that's a possibility if you want it. The April 19, obviously, because we're looking at that's 46 days to expiration. Right now is a brilliant time to get into the monthlies. The April 19th across your portfolio for the perfect 45 DTE sweet spot. Right now, 46 DTE is the April 19th credit spreads. Sorry, expiration on the option chain. I was just thinking of other things. And what I was going to tell you is that the April 1970. What I had up there was the 70 66 67. Oh, interesting. I would have gone, I think 70 65 would be better. Let me see. 70 65. I think it's more liquid. And that's $84 for 415 risk. And that's also 21% ROC. That's better than the 17% probability. So that's good. That was the 70-65 put credit spread, April 19 on Sell H, if you're interested. I am, but I'm fully allocated. Okay, I would get that right now, but I'm fully allocated, so I'm good. All right, let's take a look at some of the other leaders here. Sell H, AMD, and we're also already in AMD. It just goes to show we're in the best of the best. So AMD flying off of my Thursday alert and put credit spread entry, and we're now at what? 52% max profit in 2 days. Has definitely accelerated return, and I'll either shave some off, or if I only have one left, I will let it ride. Well, I'm gonna let it just appreciate for now on AMD. 52.3% now. 53.4%. I'm just gonna let AMD appreciate a little bit more. Let that theta roll into my lap, and then I'm going to sell half my position and keep a little bit going. Also, see now I'm reading those. By the way, I'm reading those these hot picks here over here. Let's see if I can show you. There we go. If you can see me drawing this arrow, I'm looking at this list here. This is the best list on my screen. Okay, if you're ever looking for what's number one on the day. Some of these, will not be true. There'll be some false positives here, maybe 20% of them, but 4 out of 5 of these tickers listed here are correctly screened and showing. You just have to pull them up and look at them. And when they show like that, and they come up there, and then you pull them up on their chart, and it's a first green-ish strong moment inside of a pullback base, and it's breaking up and over and creating a little cheat entry, that's the ideal. And you go after that because it hasn't broken and run yet. It hasn't even started what most people go after these stocks for, which is breakouts. We ideally want to get the cheat entries. So like Cart, ARM, all these other ones. Another good list to look at here is this one called Sizzling. Down here, if you can see my arrow I'm drawing. These stocks are stocks that are high on the sizzle index, which is a special metrics inside Thinkorswim. Anything four and above is amazing. They're high on the sizzle index as a stock, the way they're moving, and this one is sizzling with an exclamation point because they're simultaneously having especially sizzling hot options trading as well. So these are the stocks that that are incredibly hot and have matching incredibly hot options trading as well, which means it's the hottest of the hottest, the best of the best. And you can see in there, you have Soxel, the semiconductor index. You got Avgo, Palantir, TSM, KKR, which we're in, very nice. GitLab, BBAI, SE, Marvell, Nvidia, Jumia, Macy's, AMD, Trip, Cost, Abercrombie and Fitch, which is going insane. We're in that. MSTR, there it is. Dash, NVO, Meta. I mean, this is excellent. Top liquidity stocks, very high in liquidity. That's 100% for sure. All right, so that's a good list to look at as well. I'm always looking at that. Of course, you got the gappers every morning. This list is what we look at every morning, pre-market. Oh, and I created this Holy Grail list. I actually forgot I even put this here. I have a Holy Grail screener. I'm not sure how good the screener, works for as far as like should you get in today, but what it does is it at least makes me aware of stocks that maybe I have forgot about, SHOT, BBA, Wolf, Cipher, IREN, GCT. These are all Holy Grails. And if you notice, it's sorted by sizzle. So the ones at the top of the list on the Holy Grail are worth looking at. So let's go look at SHOT. Okay, Randy. So those are a little bit more about what some of those lists are on my thing here. So interestingly enough, why is SHOT sizzling today? Who knows? That doesn't matter. All that matters is the chart reading. Just remember, trust your eyes, not your ears. Okay. So anyway, SHOT, was a Holy Grail. See, it's moved massive, and at some point created that flag for pullback, which designates it as a Holy Grail, which is 100% move or more in less than a month, and a pullback of no more than 40%. That's a Holy Grail. Anyway, it has failed, broken down, tried again, resisted. It's back at a base. Sometimes these things heat up again, but it looks like earnings is coming. It's probably going to slow down into earnings because it's not going to be free to move until earnings is released. So SHOT, no go there. BBAI is an AI stock that has been going crazy. All the AI stocks have been going crazy lately. And it's got ER in a couple days. Wolf, Cipher. Wolf is Bitcoin related. Bitcoin hit 67,000 just a few minutes ago. Cipher's got the ER coming in a couple days here. Vanny, which we've seen go crazy lately. Okay, we'll leave that alone. Highland. But, it's good to just punch up some of these stocks. By the way, let's look at Abercrombie and Fitch. Remember, this is like the stock of the year. Look at that. Woo-hoo! That's the model stock of the year. And we're in that. And where am I at on that? 80% max profit on Abercrombie and Fitch. And it's got earnings in a couple of days. You don't want to be getting it in yet. What pullback can you get in? It's very hard to get entry on Abercrombie and Fitch, but I have managed 2 entries in the last 2 months. So an entry per month, and that's perfect because I'm taking like month-long swing trade put credit spreads anyway. But yeah, very hard to get into this incredible flyer. How much has it moved from just this bottom? 510% in 287 days in a year. 510% a year. Incredible. All right. So there's lots of things to look at, and that could go all day. So let's just look at a couple more, and then we'll move back into the group, and I'll let you know, and you let me know of what's interesting today, okay? But so far, I've been popping things up for you there, and you have some ideas. You should already be in things and thinking about taking profits or just watching your money grow for you. I'm up 1.3K so far this morning. Okay, so there's Onto, and look at it, it's just insane. Like, where do you get in? Now, if you just get a put credit spread on that, you could maybe get one down here at 175 below this previous pivot. The 20 delta is this white line on this parabolic curve, and that'll be 170. So maybe a 170, 165 put credit spread onto. But it can be more lucrative. Doesn't matter. It's just, if you want to get in, you want to get in. Put credit spread is fine for mistiming. That's what it's beautiful for. But if it could pull back a bit, that will cause the strikes that you're going after to have higher premium and provide a little bit more return. But it will come with more possible failure on the trade. So there you go. Okay, let's actually real quick. Let's look at all these sectors here. See what we've got. So we've got communications really pulling back. That's a part of the growth sector. We've got technology doing just fine. So that's why growth is kind of going sideways right now, the Qs. Okay. We've got financials doing good. We've got rates holding steady. We've got utilities green. So that's a defensive. We've got consumer staples even more green. That's a defensive. We got healthcare green. That's a defensive. And I already did utilities. And then base materials up, financials up, industrials up. Those are inflationaries. And tech up. And yet there's a lot of defensive move here. And let's look at the VIX. Okay, so altogether, what I would say, the narrative I'm seeing in gold, again, moving over 2100, that's a 6-month trade for any macro traders, and Bitcoin hitting 67,000 along with it. So altogether, putting it all together, and we have value, SPY value going up as well, versus SPY growth, which is kind of under pressure. Okay, putting that whole picture together, we essentially have today growth not going anywhere, and defensives being allocated into. And actually, growth's now pulling back a little bit. So I think overall it's 50% rotation into defensives and putting dollar into defensives as well. So I think this is preparation for danger. So there's a bit of allocation into defensives in such a manner that smart money feels this week could have some danger to it. And I agree. I mean, the seasonal trend has shown that March 1st is always the peak until the election during election years. It's been that way every single time, March 1st, without exception. So, this could be the exception, but it's been 20 out of 20 times or whatever, however many how many election years it goes back. March 1st has always been the peak, and now here we are. What is it, March 3rd today? March 4th? Anyway, it's not March 1st. March 1st was Friday. Good morning, Andre. So we are just about ending our stream here, Andre, but good morning to you, buddy. So that's the current outlook. And if you guys have anything you need me to look at, just say your piece right now. I'll take a quick look at it. App, VKTX, VRT, Hood, onto Path. I mean, do you understand? There's I've mentioned 40 ETFs by not mentioning them because I talked about Bitcoin, right? It's just like 40 ETFs. You can be looking at because of whatever I said about Bitcoin. That includes MSTR, Riot, Mara, BitF, Beto, Wolf, Hood, Coin, Square, maybe even SoFi a little, and I mean, just a huge, massive list of 40 ETFs just by talking about Bitcoin and telling you that Bitcoin is doing well. And then, we went over a bunch of others that are doing well, but we're already in them. So we're doing good. All right. Yes, Andre says good morning to everyone. All right, let's move back into the group and keep chatting in there. That's the end of the live stream this morning. And keep each other posted on that. Randy Purple is up 7% off of the open right now. Let's take a quick look at that. Oh boy, Purple's been just going crazy. I know you wanted to get in Purple, I think, at some point. And the last 5 days has been insane. I made several posts. Let me just illuminate those again. Purple. Purple stock lovers, I know you're out there. That's an entry on pullback on Purple today. Stop at $1.30, and that was right here. I literally got you in right here on this 5-day run. Okay, at $1.40. And now it's at 220. 5 days later. 220 divided by $1.40, 57% gain in 5 days. So you just gotta pay attention to the chat, pay attention to when I talk. But I know, Randy, I know you were into Purple. Purple number 4 on the list. This was the 16th. Okay, yeah, I think, Randy, you kind of brought that back to my attention. But we like Purple. I think this is the company that makes those mattresses, so I don't know what's going on with them, but it does look like they're increasing their margins, and they do have an increase in demand for 3 quarters in a row now. And they got ER in just a couple of days, and I guess the assumption is this is going to be another good quarter behind it, and that seems to be what the assumption is. But even the last 4 quarters, they have not been profitable. I mean, they just cannot operate profitably. Like, what the hell is going on? So they're just losing investors' money, and it'd be nice to see a profitable quarter, but you'd really need to see like 5 profitable quarters in a row to be able to put your life savings in it. Hey, no worries, Austin. Oh yeah, there it is. Looks really good. Cool, cool. Watching on TikTok. Nice. Oh, thanks, man. Okay, excellent. Did you get the annual, or how did you sign up? All right, guys, we're going to move back into the group. Let's just see what Austin says here. Monthly for now. Very good, very good. Because you said for the year or something, so I wasn't sure. Okay, very good, Austin. Sounds good. Randy says, I strayed out because of upcoming ERs, but have traded it twice now. Okay. Well, do get better at getting those entries because you can see, you never know when it's going to be, but so you got to keep hacking away, hacking at it. Okay, you guys, see you back in the group. All right, have a good one. We'll do this again now. And alerts will go out at the end of the day. Seeing where you've been. See ya. All right.